this is George Strait bringing us in with an oldie but a goodie, Amarillo by morning, up from San Antonio. And we are joined for the next 30 minutes by Larry Nichols, former Special Operations, Green Beret, and clandestine operations, recruited into governmental operations in Arkansas, which are actually national operations for the Dixie Mafia, run out of Arkansas. And that's a government-integrated group, just so you know. For the folks that aren't in on that information, I can tell you that personally from what I know about Austin, Texas, and the history here. And so he got into the inside of it. He was the guy behind the Clinton Chronicles. He's the person in the New York Times that the Clintons say they fear the most. And we should pray for him. He's battling cancer right now. He's a tough old egg. And he joins us on Clarence Thomas. Is he in danger? And I'm just going to leave it at that, see what he has to say about it, and how that ties into the Scalia situation. We have Anthony Scalia dying in obviously very suspicious circumstances. And first, I want to get Larry Nichols' take on that, what his inside intel is, if any. And then we're going to get into the election as well and what this signifies if this is a hit. Now, the good news is, since I came out first Saturday and said them announcing that he died right away of natural causes with no proof with an anonymous phone call is over-the-top suspicious. And if they say no autopsy quickly, you know that it's a 90-something% chance that they killed him. Well, the next morning, the judge comes in and says there's going to be no autopsy. I mean, they are acting as guilty as catching your kid up on the counter with their hand in the cookie jar. Okay, or you walk in on your wife, in bed and her legs behind her ears. I mean, I don't mean to talk like that, folks, but this is bad, okay? And they look up at you and they say, there's nothing going on here. Now, that might work in movies like Star Wars, where Obi-Wan Kenobi says, these aren't the droids you're looking for, but this is the most over-the-top ridiculousness I've seen since Fahmy Malek, the Arkansas medical examiner. You'd find people with their arms and legs cut off in trash bags, and he'd rule it's suicide. Folks, you can't chop your arms and legs off and put yourself in a trash can, okay? So I want to believe he died of natural causes, but he's the one key guy holding it all back. But now, former New York top homicide squad detectives gone public, and the top detectives currently, former and current, it's a whole groups are coming out saying the defaults are being ignored. In D.C. saying that. And the police I know are saying absolutely. I mean, I talked to a police officer this morning that I ran into that I know. Through his brother. And he said, oh, my gosh, everybody sees right through this. I mean, this is ridiculous. Now, I'm going to get Nichols' view. I haven't talked to him since this happened. I couldn't get a hold of him yesterday. He said he could come on today. He joins us to go over this, and I appreciate him coming on. We've got former intel officers, CIA people coming out saying it stinks to high heaven, Michael Savage saying it. So they've tried to shut down any discussion of this, or even a discussion of why isn't there an autopsy? But it's not working. They've now changed the story more than 10 times. So, Larry Nichols, God bless you, my friend. Thank you so much for coming on with us.
You bet, Alex. Thanks for having me, buddy.
I see you got a tracheotomy there, brother. Boy, I tell you, you're tougher than nails to be able to come on the air with us.
Well, I'll be here. I'll be here till the match between me and Hillary. I'll be around till that one. I promise you that.
We're praying for you, brother.
Thank you. This time yesterday, Alex, I had not talked to anyone, and I was cautioning everyone, be careful. True definition of a patriot, I believe Alex is one that seeks out the truth. And I wanted to be certain of the truth before I did the program with you or anybody else about Scalia. Unfortunately, just about an hour ago, some of the information I'm getting, I'm just going to be honest, guys, this thing's starting to reek to high heaven. Now, I'm not saying, Alex, I have any proof. I hope everyone hears me. I'm not saying I have proof that there was anything evil, sinister done to him. But some of the stuff that I'm getting now is showing signs very reminiscent of the old Clinton days around here. Like you said, the Fahmy Malek days. People don't remember that. I do. I happen to remember it very well. And we're in a situation with Scalia to where this thing's burning out of control. Now, who did it, why did they do it, if it was done. All I can tell you, Alex, is usually when it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's going to be a duck. And I'm afraid that's where we're headed. But let's not forget one thing. There are two important things that are going to affect the future of this nation forever. That's the election for the presidency, and now the appointment of the Supreme Court justice. So you tell me, what does it look like to you? What does it look like? Now, election-wise, we've got to stay focused. But remember what we used to do, Alex, with the old Clinton days, with the Arkancides, as we called them in the day? There was one thing you always did. You had to commit a suicide that was impossible or die a death that was virtually impossible. But at the same time, who was the only person that benefited?
T-Bono.
Now, look at this case. Who are the only people that benefit from Scalia dying at this opportune moment? Who? And I'm telling you, it's starting to look bad. It's starting to look bad for the home team. But we'll know more in the next
Well, we
day
know
or so.
now. I mean, of course, you knew this forever because you were there running the governor's office. But Hillary gives orders directly to the entire press exactly how to write articles, or they're kicked out. And so what I saw was the media instantly get in line with the story, not ask questions, not go down there and just shut up. It was clear the order was there to shut it down. It was like when Donald Trump came on, there were 2,500 and something articles in the first 6 hours. And then the next day, none. I mean, almost none. And that's because the order went down, shut up about that interview because they didn't want what was in that interview to be heard. Trump expected it to blow up, expected to be attacked for being on the show. That was his plan. They were sophisticated enough to drop it only after 6 hours, realizing it was a time bomb. And so, I mean, that's how sophisticated they are. So I see the media control in the first hours of this, and then the judges saying we're not going to do an autopsy and all the rest of it, and then the pillows on the face. Is that a message to everybody, though, that is awake?
I think they're trying to let us know. I think they're trying to let someone know, Alex, and I'm afraid that someone may be Donald Trump, that someone may be the other judges on the court.
Judges you talk to?
Yes, that, we can get to anybody. Wouldn't that be a hell of a message? We can get to anybody. You can't get any higher than Chief Justice Scalia. You just can't do it.
I mean, there's obviously a war in the establishment.
Right.
There's a war in the establishment. You were on here 2 weeks ago, and you said, if they go after Hillary anymore, people are going to start dying. We ought to pull that up. The blackmail is going to begin. There's going to be a war, like a mafia war. That's what it is.
Right.
And so who does really benefit from his mysterious death?
Well, that's the key thing that's the thing I'm trying to figure out. And I'll tell you this. Now, guys, get ready. Every time the Clintons get near power, people are going to die. People are going to die. This is not the first, and this won't be the last. It's Alex back here behind me, buddy. I got old Betsy, my little 18-inch buoy that I keep with me even here at the house, because I'm telling you, these people play rough. Now, am I saying Hillary ordered him dead? No. Am I saying somebody actually whacked him? No. But from everything I see, somebody's sending somebody a message. And I think it's a pretty vivid message that this is big league ball, Alex. Do you understand this is for the power of the most powerful nation in the world?
I know. I mean, let me tell you, people envy the position I'm in. It is not fun entering into the absolute big leagues of not just the U.S., but the world, and knowing these killers are killers, and knowing that the other Supreme Court people and other prominent media folks are actually barricaded up right now. I mean, behind the scenes, we don't say everything we know, obviously. I mean, I just wish the public would wake up to this.
Alex, if you would tell me that a Chief Justice could die, like Scalia, just die, I mean, just purity old die, and the media would shut it down like they have, I would say you're crazy. But you see, here we go. Here we go with the Clintonistas all over again. I'm telling you, there's something connected to all of this, and the message is being sent out. And I guarantee you this, the biggest decision we've got in this nation, as I said, is who's going to be our next president. And I, dear God, hope it's Trump. But he better be careful. And then the next decision is who goes on the Supreme Court, because the next Supreme Court justice that gets picked determines whether that court goes completely to the left or still has some semblance of going to the middle.
We're going to get into that. It's so incredibly important, and I'm not doing this anymore today, but I'm skipping this network break because we have limited time with you, and this is for the whole future of the country. Even WorldNet Daily has the article that the public is questioning the fact that John Poindexter had a special ops command background like you in Vietnam. That's who these people recruit is Army Green Berets is like the favorite generally into these special governmental positions. This guy was involved over key hedge funds, highly CIA connected. He worked in World Trade Center 7. I mean, I could just go on and on. And then John Poindexter was given a special award by Obama made for him just a few years ago for his secret operations in Vietnam. This is the guy that Scalia eats dinner with, who says everything about him that night. He goes to bed. He's not out 2 hours after breakfast. He goes in, says he felt something might be bad, and finds him with a pillow over his head. Now, I'm sure Mr. Poindexter's a really sweet commando like yourself, just a little lovey creature. But what do you think about all this? I mean, you just add that in there, and he didn't bring a security detail. His son didn't go at the last minute. I mean, this is just over the top.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Again, let's hold our powder dry. I mean, you're dealing with the things that are. We don't have to make anything up. The things you're saying just are the things that are. But let's hold our powder dry until we know for certain a few more things, Alex, and I'll know them by this afternoon or tomorrow. I promise you I'll know. And the second I know, you'll know. But there are a lot of people, their butts are puckered like mine right now. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to walk to my door, because right out my door is a big black SUV that has pulled up. I'm going to walk, make sure that they're not wanting inside this house for something. I'll be right back.
I know what you told me 20 minutes ago. I can't stand this. I can't stand hearing this stuff and not be able to talk about it. But this is the real world, folks. This is the real world. There's no one else that we know of sending reporters out there. They're all just repeating whatever the national media says. We've got a team of 5 people, 2 different teams, on the ground in El Paso and also out in Alpine and out at that ranch. And they're coming up. And this is real media. I mean, this is what it's all about. Police detectives all over the country, prominent ones that headed whole divisions, are saying there's a cover-up going on. We're not saying anybody did anything. Go ahead.
Go figure that out. I go out, there's a black SUV, pulls in my driveway, sits there, 2 guys in it. I go to the door. I step out the door. They back up. I move back towards the door. They pull back in. Then I walk back out, and they back up and hightail it out.
And we've been to your house. We've been to your house. I mean, it's a rural area.
That's right. So, was it something? Alex, I don't know.
Well, buddy, I know you got more than Bowie knives. I know you got more than Bowie knives there.
if I have to, but
that's just like Jim Bowie. He was sick on his back at the Alamo, probably killed 20 people himself. So you just lay back, right there.
Look, I don't know what's going on, Alex. I don't. I've seen you and I've been a part of it before, and it's coming again. I don't want to see it come again, but it's coming again.
I have a sick feeling. I have a sick feeling.
And I don't know what more I can do than to say, hey, Hillary's going to be the Democratic nominee for president. Hang on and watch. B, Trump is the only hope we have with the RNC. Short of Trump, it's going to be Bush. And then if it's Bush against Hillary, we've got no chance. And then it gets down to me and Hillary. And the question is, can I stop Hillary with the information and the evidence and the things that I have?
And let's be clear. the stuff you told me over the years continues to come out to be accurate. I haven't been given any info yet that no one else knows because I don't want the SUV coming. And it's not that I'm even scared of that in a way, but I'm not going to get killed because they're so scared of the info I got. Until I get info, then I'll get the info out, and then they can do whatever they want. I want to make sure the mission's complete, you know, here before something like that happens. But I mean, specifically though, we know Supreme Court justices are scared.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can promise you that from when I've talked to, yes. But I will tell you this, you know, Alex, just think about you. I think about me all the time just because of who I am and who I'm in the way of getting what she wants. Just think about you now. Think about the fact that you might, because of your program, because of the strength of your audience, think about how you're in between something. Don't know what it is, but you're in the way now.
That's right, because the media knows it's mafia. The media knows they follow orders. The entire media to just shut up. I mean, what a nation of cowards. I just can't believe it.
And so now you're sitting here, you and a handful of other conservative, reasonably conservative, not talking about you, but others, and you're in the way of something big. You're in the way of something awfully, awfully big.
Well, I can feel the danger. Let me tell you, Saturday morning, and I've only done this like 4 other times, I called up Dew and my key managers, and I said, get to the office now. Hell's about to break loose. And we were all here for 7 hours. And the last 2, it had already broken. We didn't even know because I was in my conference room. And I was actually live streaming saying something big's about to happen. I didn't even know this had happened yet. Is the SUV back?
Yeah, that's all right. There. Let them sit there. I mean, as long as they're sitting there and I'm sitting here, I'm not that worried.
Can you turn your computer, maybe take it over to the door?
I can't. I tried. I can't. I was going to, but I can't. Let me, well, now, see, they're backing up, so I think they're listening to us, Alex. Can you say hello to them? Say hi to whoever these 2 bozos are? Look, MAB, well, that's real, so you tell me who it is. Tell me what it is I just found out an hour and a half ago that makes people be in my yard this quick. Tell me.
Well, you told us, and I just wish you'd tell everybody else right now. I mean,
I would if I could. I just can't. I just can't because of who it was.
No, I get it, but now we know in case they kill you right now. I get it.
Yeah, and it's big. That's all I can tell you, folks. It's big. I mean...
And you didn't give me the specifics.
No, then
but you're talking to Supreme Court justices.
This up, right. They didn't even bother to cover this up in any reasonable manner. I mean, don't you see that, folks? They didn't even bother to hide it. I mean, this is in your face, Alex. This is in your face. This is saying, just like kind of with John F. Kennedy, you know, if we can kill the president of the United States right in front of the American people and everybody see it and nobody can do anything about it, get real. Get real.
And then they killed hundreds of people to cover that up.
And this gets about as real as it gets. Just about as real as it gets. Now, maybe we're going to find out in the rest of the day, we're going to find out somebody just died of old age. I doubt it. I doubt it now. And I doubt they're here to wish me belated happy Valentine's Day. And I'm sure they're interested in who I've been talking to. And it's just going to have to be. It's just going to have to be that way, Alex.
Well, Larry
but
Nichols.
I promise you this.
Larry Nichols, big Clinton whistleblower, is on with us right now. And I don't need to believe what he's telling me. My spider sense is off the charts right now. I mean, it's in a fight mode right now. I mean, I'm just like, I feel like I could take on 10 guys right now, folks. And that's because my gut, my physiology, my brain, the overall, everything happening just tells me I'm in a total war. And by the way, folks, so are you. And it's big. It's for the whole future of this country and the world. The election, what do you think of Trump and the things he's been up to?
Look, Donald Trump, I'm afraid, is starting to succumb to the trickery of the RNC. you know, when he started yesterday kind of waving up that contract saying that, you know, the Republicans are violating their agreement, you know, to treat him fairly. Donald Trump, if he is listening, if he will stay in the Republican Party, he'll win that primary, Alex.
Because of a landslide. They can't steal a landslide.
They can't stop it. Now, if he breaks out and runs as an independent because he's mad, he can't win, and Hillary does. Hillary does. So I say to Donald Trump, listen to me, please. Stay in the Republican Party. They're mad. They're upset. You've got them stumped. You know, they just knew, Alex, because of what he said about 9/11 and such, that he was just going to be committing suicide, in that debate. Well, guess what? His numbers didn't go down. They went up. They went up. If Trump will stay in, he will win the Republican primary.
Stay there. Do 5 more minutes with us. And again, Larry Nichols is our guest. He's been on my show for 20 years, and he's never said a black SUV is parked out at his farmhouse right now. And when he goes out, it backs out. Remember Kathleen Willey I had on? That came and said, where's your cat? And then they told her, we killed your cat. Lady, keep your mouth shut or your kids are next. Once they have full control, they'll start the persecution of the general public. Larry Nichols is with us. We're holding him over. He did, on his cell phone, get a photo of the black SUV at his rural home that is backing into his drive, and then he's up there on a hill pulling out when he comes back out. But he was able to get a photo. And your Skype's pretty clear, Larry. Try to hold the photo part, the screen, up as close as you can in front of your face, and then forward towards the camera.
All right, I'm trying to find it again. I held it on the...
No, Nico, and you just showed Nico and I. We just saw it. It's.
I know, but I somehow...
I know you're not super technical. Believe me, I'm not either.
Yeah, believe me. I don't know what I've done with it. I was holding it up and showing you. Shit.
Delete that.
I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you when you got a black sedan that pulls in and out of your driveway, but we just saw the photo in there. Take your time.
Well,
they're obvious.
I know I've got it.
Here, hold your phone up for a second.
I was.
No, we just saw it. I know. No, the camera's in. Hold it over the camera. Turn it around.
See, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but it doesn't show up on my pictures.
No, I understand. That's a. You need to get a better cell phone. We're going to send you a fancy one, buddy. You need one to protect yourself.
But anyway, it's out there. They saw a picture of it when I had it.
Is the SUV still there?
Yes.
Okay, get up.
And yeah, they backed up and they moved further down. I'll go take another picture if you can hold. Hold 1 second.
Yeah, you know what? Go out there. We're going to stay with you. Just walk out, take the picture. Go ahead.
All right.
I know they'll try to drive off. Believe me, I've known this guy for 20 years, folks. He's not BSing us. I just saw it in there. It's like those little cheapo phones. Nichols is such a classic guy, such a piece of work, folks. And he doesn't, obviously, because he doesn't want them to kill him. And then it looked like it was the cancer, so he doesn't want folks knowing that. But they know, and so the point is that he's done the you don't resuscitate forms now and everything, and he's got a tracheotomy right now in his neck. If you're a radio listener, and he's a tough old bird, but he is fighting for his life right now. So pray for him. By the way, they've tried to bankrupt and destroy him. That's why he's got a $20 cell phone. NicholsLive@AOL.com. If you want to make a donation to him so you can get a better camera. Look, there's the photo. Yeah, we saw it earlier. Just back it out a little bit. Back it out a little bit. Yep, there you can see the SUV right there that's backed out more. The other one was closer up. Now they've backed out and are out on your street.
They backed up, and then when I came out to take this picture, a guy jumped in the SUV right there.
Man, I wish I was there. Oh, I wish I was there right now. And do you have any family that's home right now?
No, just me and you. Me and the dogs.
And your bulldog and the millions watching and listening. Man, I tell you. Well, let's put his address out for folks that are in Arkansas right now, folks. He gives his address out. It's 58 Kensington Drive, Conway, Arkansas, 72034, folks. 58 Kensington Drive, Conway, Arkansas, 72034. We got truckers or patriots in the area You pull that map up and you get over there right now, folks, because these guys are definitely messing with him.
You know, Alex, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. Unless you've gone through this, you know, unless you go through this, folks. Now, you know, number one, hell, what are they going to do to me? I mean, you going to do any more to me than I've already got done to me? No. But it's just the intimidation factor trying to shut me up, and it ain't never worked. And they're going to one day learn to quit this crap. They're going to one day learn. Because I guarantee you, I'll take the damn picture. I'll meet them anytime out in the lot. Sick as I am, I'll meet them. You know I will, Alex. Hell, I don't stutter.
Well, they think we're cowards like they are.
Mm-hmm. But who is it? What is this all about? You know, here again, they're sending a message to somebody. Who knows, Alex? Maybe it's you. Have you looked outside your building?
Oh, we're not really worried about it.
Okay.
You know, we're just doing our duty here. That's why I'm not afraid.
I know.
I mean, I'm so sick of having to fight these people. I mean, I have a duty. I don't want to die, and I want to be here for my children. But in the final equation, play your hand like, you know, like John Wayne says in True Grit. He says, fill your hand.
Yeah. Look, buddy, it's and I don't know what to say. It's not our country anymore. It's not the country we know. It's not. And I guess that's why we've got to fight, folks. This is not the country we were brought up in. This is not the kind of stuff you're supposed to have happen simply by speaking the truth, simply by putting out the truth. I don't know that anybody on this program, Alex, I certainly haven't. I know you haven't since I've been here. Nobody's put anything out that's detrimental to anybody's investigation or causing any problems. Hell, as far as I know, there is no investigation.
No, there is no investigation. We were told when it was announced that he was dead, there'd be no investigation. The most suspicious thing ever. And then they said, by the way, there was a pillow on his head. I mean, just to mess with us so that those of us in the know would freak out, and then the general public would just believe it.
Well, just stay focused, folks, please. Remember, don't let this be a distraction. Don't let them distract us from the mission at hand. I'm telling you, this election will be the last presidential election we'll get to be a part of, Alex. It is. I'm sorry, it is. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. We've never had more power than we have right now, because every one of the politicians that are running for office, remember, a third of the Senate's having to run, every member of Congress is having to run. And they know this country's about to come down. They know it's about to come down. And they want to be there, Alex, when this country falls. They want to be a part of the centrist government that's left over. And they know if they're defeated this election, they're out forever.
And then they can be prosecuted. So they're cornered rats.
That's right. And that's another thing that you have to realize about Hillary. Hillary is a cornered rat. Now, maybe not from the email scandal that everybody thinks is so bad. But Alex, she's a cornered rat with the stuff I have.
Well, I tell you, those Navy SEALs up there, the survivors of Benghazi, say they were all on the sat phone getting orders directly from the State Department that they'd been ordered to stand down. They were security for the State Department, and they got direct orders to stand down from their bosses. And then Hillary's a big fat liar, you know, saying that she didn't do that. It was obviously a stand down.
Yeah, well, I promise you this. It's win or lose for Hillary. And when I say win or lose, you understand, Alex, it's win or lose for her. Either she gets to be what she's wanted to be since she was 4 years old, the first female president of the United States of America, and then the most powerful couple in the history of the world. Either they get that or she goes to jail. It's not a joke. It's not a game. And I think if you look at some of the decisions being looked at by the Supreme Court, I think you see who benefits by Scalia dying. And I think that's where you need to start. Start looking at what decisions. And remember this, Alex, in 1970, I believe it was, Congress passed a law saying no president in his last year of office can appoint an interim Supreme Court justice unless one thing exists, and that's a crisis in the court.
And that's the nuclear option.
And since we are at a 4-4 tie, therefore the court can't really go forward.
Notice he was the key guy at the key time, and Obama says he's going to operate under emergency rule with open borders, everything else. I mean, this is, and then one of his top donors who he gives personal awards made up just for him. Oh, my gosh. I mean, they really think we're stupid.
And then there's something that people don't know about. Alex, I didn't know about this until this weekend. Did y'all know that since 2012, Obama signed a presidential special order, and 100 miles on either side of our border to the north to Canada, 100 miles either side south to Mexico, east to the Atlantic Ocean, west to the Pacific, 100 miles inland is considered or called what's called a no constitution zone.
That's official. They actually call it absolutely.
And guys, that means if you live within 100 miles of the border, Mexico, Canada, the Pacific Ocean, or the Atlantic Ocean, you don't have a constitution to protect you. It was done away with this.
Well, I mean, look at the NDAA. Look at how they're trying to give Obama martial law powers in Congress. The Republicans, they are really positioning, and now they're trying to start a war with Russia. Larry Nichols, I want you to keep your Skype on. We're going to go to Richard Reeves here in just a moment. We're putting that Constitution-free zone up on the screen for TV viewers from ACLU. This is not a joke. 100-mile zone, and now they're just practicing it there. Most of the population lives within, 100 miles of the border or the Atlantic or the Pacific. Truly unprecedented, my friend, but God bless you. We're going to talk to you again tomorrow, obviously, or tonight. We do not want to wait any on the news that you gave us. And again, you didn't give me the details. But I think it's safe to, isn't it safe to tell folks at least what you told Nico and I so that, so at least that's out, or you can't even tell us?
Just know that years ago, and Alex, you remember this, I worked very closely with a Supreme Court justice that happened to be in a bind getting confirmed. And because of that, I have a relationship. Now, it's a personal relationship. It's not an official, but it does create a bit of a problem legally. But just know this, that I'm not making stuff up, and I have no power to get data or get information, but a certain person does, and I don't have it. That I assure you.
Yeah, and some people say, why are they talking about it on air? They'll know now. His phones are listened to. Ours are. Okay, we have HUMAT, not just computers. We have people listening 24 hours a day, and so we're putting light on this so good people in agencies can blow this operation, whatever's going on. And that's why we always announce where we're going and what we're doing, because that puts eyes on us with the good guys. And that's what really threatens them now, Larry, is that back when you were first exposing stuff 20-something years ago, we didn't have all the people in government convinced like we do now. And there's so many good people, just like you were a Green Beret in the system, but you wouldn't kill kids. That was, like Tony Montana, you said, that's it, I'm not killing little kids. I'm not killing, I'm going to expose you. That's a whole other show with you. And it was all proven what you said. It all came out. The drug dealing, Mina, all of it. Because, you said you hit your knees, you cried, and you said, Christ, I can't, be part of this. You hit rock bottom. And, just like you're on the cross beside Christ, you said that tonight we'll be in paradise, my brother. And that's why these guys have to worry that are cowards and serve this system. But more and more, I don't know special ops people that aren't awake. A lot of the feds are evil, or they're leftist, and they get off on it, and they hate the Patriot movement, and they're into power because they have been able to find the mentally ill military folks to kind of fill their ranks. But that's a very small group of trash, and not even all the feds are like that either. So they've got to be looking over their shoulder, and we're not afraid to die. That's the difference between us. And I know I'm not speaking for you, but I mean, I just know that's how you feel, Larry, because you couldn't do what you do if you were a coward.
I'm probably a coward, but Alex,
you're not a coward. That's ridiculous. Why would you say that?
Well, you just, there's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. This is my country. It's my grandbabies. I mean, and I ask everybody listening to us right now, look around, there's got to be something or someone you love so much that you would give everything to protect. That's what this is about. This is about the great lady, our nation. That's what this is. I mean, we're talking about something right out in my front yard right now that does not go on in America. It went on in the old Soviet Union. I know, I was there. Not here. Went on in Nicaragua. I know, I was there. Not here. But it's here now. And, you know, Alex, it's just no time. There's just no time. No time left.
All right, stay in contact. We're going to have us on speed dial. We're going to keep the Skype connected, and we're not going to let them know when it's getting turned off, my friend. And we're going to stay in contact, and you'll be back with us tonight. The minute you have the info, let us know. We'll tape it for the nightly news. We'll get it out instantly because, yeah, they've got their operatives and other people, their wind-ups that they've actually got lined up here in town. And believe me, we've got some of the same issues you've got. But it'll take them a while to activate those people.
Yeah,
but just keep it up, and God bless you.
And that's, you know, folks, I still got a pile of damn medicine I got to get, and I got nothing to get it with, so I'm embarrassed as hell. But
yeah, you've been coming on for 20 years, never asked for help, but you're broke and fighting cancer. Nichols Live at AOL.com. Folks really should donate and support you. And he's at 58 Kensington Drive, Conway, Arkansas, 72034. And folks, roll up with your video cameras going. Don't be afraid of these guys. It's wise that you're by yourself and sick not to go out there, but I wish I was there with you because I know those guys will just drive off. But I tell you what.
Yeah, well.
No, I hear you.
We'll meet. We'll meet. Alex, thanks, my brother. We'll talk later today, I promise you.
All right, buddy. Be safe.
Thanks.
There goes
Thank
Larry
you
Nichols.
all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Clean, pure drinking water. You can't survive without it. But where do you get it? Alexa Pure Pro is a brand new, groundbreaking, gravity-fed water filtration system that is like no other. The Alexa Pure Pro transforms water from virtually any fresh source into clean, healthy drinking water, pairing the unprecedented superfiltration power of an all-new gravity block core with a hybrid chromatic shell. It removes up to 99.999% of impurities, including bacteria, viruses, fluoride, disinfectants, volatile organic contaminants, and hormones. Filter capacity up to 5,000 gallons. Stainless steel construction. Easy assembly. Low maintenance. Replacement filters are simple to install. And now, as part of an exclusive limited time introductory offer, you can save $20 off the retail price and get free shipping. This is a limited time offer, so order your unit today and receive free shipping and $20 off. Go to InfoWarsStore.com or call 888-253-3139.